Hey, Boo Kittens, it's me, Keisha, and I am here with my all tea, all shade Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition Season 19, Episode 10 review. So, tonight was the season finale. Let's get right into the episode. So, we start off the episode with Mariah confronting Rich about being, all in the strippers' faces. She says that he was giving them, that I'm gonna get your eye, like he supposedly gives her, and he think that she just, jealous and doing too much, and that he thinks that she believes she's going to fail the test. That's why she's trying to start something with him. So they make a pact that if she fails the test, she has to give him foot massages for like a month, and then if he fails, he has to he can't get pink berry or something. She was saying, I don't know if that was her cootie cat or actual pink berry ice cream. I didn't know what the hell they was talking about, but I wouldn't even went in there and bothered them because it just seemed like she was just doing too much and she was pressed to me. I would have let him do whatever he was going to do, and I would have did whatever I was going to do at the end of the day. So the next morning, the girls had to sleep in the same room. The guys had to sleep in the same room. And Mariah tells the girls that she went down there to see, what Rich was doing. Like, she stayed. And that when she went in there, she didn't see Cass. And she was like, I don't know where he was at. And I didn't really think that little comment was necessary, trying to make it, throw it out there that maybe he could have been doing something that wasn't, kosher, but Kate seemed to take it with a grain of salt and was like, okay, girl, like, she didn't care in the first place. So they're talking, and Kay is asking Lyrica, how she feels, and she was just basically like, she's nervous. She doesn't know what's going to happen. Like, is A1 going to pick her? Is he going to give her a ring? And Kay was like, girl, that man love you. He is most definitely going to give you a ring. And then the guys are in their room talking. Caston wakes up on the floor, hungover or whatever from the night before, because, it was his birthday, and the guys are talking, and Rich was like, he don't know what he's gonna do. He just ready for the lie detector test. A1 doesn't really know where Lyrica is gonna come from. It's just everybody has their doubts, and everything is pretty much up in the air. So then all the couples head down into the living room with Judge Toller and Dr. Ish, because the test results are back. So Caston and K. Michelle go first, and Caston's question to K. Michelle was, will you still marry Caston if he does not want your dream family? And K. Michelle answered yes, and it was the truth. There was no deception detected. And so that really showed growth on her part, because, she has this fairy tale already painted out in her head of what type of family that she wants moving forward. So it does seem like boot camp helped her with being open to hearing what he wants, and it just not making everything about her. So K. Michelle's question to him was, will you propose to K. Michelle before the end of 2022? Caston's answer was yes, and I just knew it was going to be deception, but it was the truth. So K. Michelle was really happy about that. Like, she was just grinning from ear to ear, and she was just like, wow, like, okay, this is really going somewhere. I just knew that he did not want to marry her because of the way that he acts, but they have been dealing with each other for so long. So I was happy for Caston and K. Michelle. I really honestly were. So then it's Lyrica and A1's turn, and Lyrica's question to A1 was, will you be in a monogamous relationship with your wife? He answered yes, and it was deception detected. And at that moment, you just see Lyrica deflates. Her feelings were so hurt because she had started to get a little hope again, because they were starting to get along and stuff like that. They had even planned on taking a family vacation with their son when they got back. But hearing that he failed the lie detector test about being faithful really put her back at square one, and you just saw A1 become defeated as well. He stood on the fact that he was telling the truth, and he don't care about what the test says, that he knows his heart, and that he was going to be faithful. Yeah, but I mean, you ain't been faithful this whole time, so it's just like, I don't really know. So, His question for her was, are you in love with A1? Lyrica said yes, and deception was detected. And I mean, you could tell that she was no longer in love with him. I think that she still had love for him, because of how long they've been together. They were married, they had a family together, but she was not in love with him anymore. So, child, it was just a mess. But I mean, we all knew from the jump that they don't need to be with each other. They honestly don't. That well had been ran the fuck dry. So then it's Mariah Lynn and Rich's turn. And Mariah's question to Rich was, will you be in a monogamous relationship with Mariah? Rich said yes. The same question was asked on his behalf to her, and Mariah said yes. Well, shockingly, Rich was telling the truth and Mariah lied. Hers shown that there was some deception. So he was like, see, told you. This is why I don't be fucking with her like that. So he grabbed his drink and he walks the fuck out. At this point, Mariah Lynn is pissed off. She's saying she want to go home. She's mad and she's upset. So Dr. Ish goes outside to talk to Rich, like, why did you walk away? And he was like, because I've been dealing with her for 10 years and she telling me something that she really truly don't even fucking want. Like, so what is the point? And Dr. Ish was like, well, the polygraph test man or whatever told them that, she was nervous and that she felt like he was going to fail his test. So they kind of like had her on guard or whatever. So it really wasn't a conclusive, result or whatever. And Dr. Ish tries to get him to understand that. And he was like, yeah, I heard that, but still, like, he still was on some, she on some bullshit or whatever. So, K. Michelle, when Rich comes back inside, tells Rich, that she's scared. She just knew that you were going to fail the test and that you didn't really have any feelings for her. So he's sitting there like, oh, okay, or whatever. But, he's still feeling some type of way. Lyrica then goes off alone because, she's hurt. Like, she just crying or whatever. And I kind of low-key felt bad for her because you could tell that she still had a little bit of hope left. And that was the end for her. So Dr. Ish goes upstairs and finds Mariah and talks to her and gets her to stay. So she decides to stay and she comes back downstairs with everybody else, but she refuses to sit next to Rich. The girls get glam and Lyrica is crying because she's just so upset that he failed the lie detector test and everything that means and how complicated things are. And Kate actually was there for her and was saying, basically, because Lyrica was at this point where she was like trying to make things work for their son. And she was saying that, he wants us to be together. He's happier when we're together. And I'm like, I get that, but he's still small enough where he could be okay. It's not like he 10 and know and understand exactly what is going on. And Kay even told her, you got to make you happy at this point. Maybe you don't need to go back home directly to your son. You need to get you together because kids pick up on that stuff. And that was the honest to God truth. And I actually really loved and respected that Kay was there for her and giving her sound advice. So then it's time for the couples to give out their rings. And Kay, Michelle, and Caston go first. Kate looked really pretty. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is the same dress that Aaliyah J, the YouTuber, wore to an award show event, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, so they go and they both choose each other and give each other's rings. And it was so cute. And they say they love each other and everything. And they kiss. And it was so cute. So then A1 and Lyrica go out to Dr. Ish. And A1 apologizes to her for hurting her and for embarrassing her in public and doing all the things that he's done to her. And I think that he did really give her a heartfelt apology because she herself accepted it, and she was like, he's never apologized to me in that way. He's never apologized publicly for what he has done. And so she was like, I really truly accept that, and I thank you. I think you're a great father, but a great husband basically you do not make. Because she was like, you could be a great father, but if you're cheating on your wife, that doesn't make you a good husband. And she says that she really just cannot give him a ring right now because of the way the test results came out earlier that day. And he was sad. His feelings was hurt, but she did say to him, I am going to keep the ring. And if you, show and prove that you're really going to change, then I will give you the ring at a later date. So they walk out, and as soon as they walk out and go back inside the mansion, she go one way, he go the other way. He go upstairs, he mad. He takes off his clothes, changes clothes, and goes directly outside. And I'm like, nigga, did you not just hear anything that this girl just said? You literally got in your fifis, called yourself being mad, having a fucking tantrum, and storming out. You did exactly what she did not want you to do, which was show and prove. Like, you should have walked back in holding her hand. Baby, I understand. I got you. I'm going to still hold you down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Da, 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 da. Reassuring her. But instead, you did what you always did, which was get an attitude and walk off. So I was like, girl, yeah, just leave this nigga the fuck alone because he dumb. So it's time for Mariah Lynn and Rich to go, and Mariah Lynn come out there with her Daenerys Targaryen wig on, giving us fucking ghetto Targaryen. I'm like, girl, she knows she could have been Daenerys in the Game of Thrones, child. And so Rich chooses her, and she then opens her box and there's no ring in there. And Rich whole face melted. I say he looked like the candlestick from the Beauty and the Beast. That nigga whole face started melting. He was so goddamn hot and embarrassed and pissed and sad. But she then tricked him and pulled the velvet up, the little holder up, and showed the ring in there. And he was like, oh shit. Like, he just literally was like, woo, bitch, because I thought your ass was on some other shit. So, she said, I just wanted you to see how I felt for the last 10 years. And they give each other a kiss and they go back inside and everything. And so Dr. Ish then sees that A1 is missing. Like, Lyrica just sitting there by herself with everybody else. And so he goes outside to find A1, and he was like, why you out here? Like, you heard what she said. And A1 was like, don't take this as if I'm not going to do what, I said I was going to do. He was like, but you're not doing it because she's sitting in there alone and you're out here. Like, how do you think that's making her feel? So by the time they go back in, Lyrica has already decided to go upstairs and change her clothes so she can go to bed for the night. So Dr. Ish then got to go upstairs and get her, bring her back downstairs. And everybody, has a toast and everything like that. And at the end of the episode, we find out that Gangsta Boo and Emmett are still together, but they're not engaged. But she says that they're doing better than ever. After last week's episode came on, she went online and denied that she was a drug user. But I'm like, girl, okay, girl, all right. Kay and Caston are still together, but they're not engaged either. But she said that they're doing well. Lyrica filed for divorce from A1. He refused to give an update. Mariah Lynn and Rich are still not together. She says they are completely done, but who knows if they gonna backslide later on. I was like, child, get out of here with the fool wang. So yeah, this was a pretty good season of Marriage Boot Camp. I really enjoyed this season. I really honestly do. I think I give this season an A. Up next, we have The Brat Loves Judy, which I will be doing reviews on. Let's talk down below in the comments section. Let me know what you guys thought about the season finale episode of Marriage Boot Camp. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.